In this video tutorial, we're going to look at the various ways that you can interact graphically with the robot and the environment. The first is mouse control. The mouse can be used to pan, to zoom, and to rotate the environment. Therefore, if I use the scroll button and I scroll up and down, this will do a zoom in and a zoom out. And then if I use the middle button or the press to scroll down and I use the mouse, I can use it to pan the environment, as well as in conjunction with the control button, therefore control and scroll down or middle button down, I can do a dynamic rotation. This is the default configuration of the mouse. Now I can go and using the options, I can change the style to either Mastercam or Mastercam but with the wheel reversed. That means the wheel direction is reversed for the zoom in and the zoom out. SolidWorks and Inventor. In addition, as we move the mouse over the environment, any element that can be interacted with is auto highlighted. Therefore here we see that as we come close to joint 1 it is auto highlighted, and when we click on it we have what we call here a joint helper. By using this helper now I can move the robot by that joint. What this does is this does not change the program in any way. We are simply interacting with the robot and moving it, and eventually we can use it to define a repose and other things. I can also go and select other joints and move the robot like so. Now, not only can I interact with the robot by joint, but we can also move the robot in Cartesian. When I click on the tool, we have what we call here the tool helper, and we can use the X, Y, or Z axis to move the robot along that axis. Now, if I move along this axis, if the robot cannot reach any longer, the tool is detached by the robot. This tells us that the robot is out of reach. We can also move along the Y or the Z. We can also rotate. Therefore, we can click on, let's say, this axis here and rotate around the tool Z, or even along, let's say, the Y, etc. Now, not only can we move along X, Y, or Z, or rotate around X, Y, or Z, but if we click on any one of these planes, we can move the robot along that plane. Therefore, in this case, I am moving the robot freeform in and along the XY plane. Now, each one of these three modes can be done in Snap. Therefore, if we click on Shift and select any one of these axes, we see that we can snap to a preset distance. The same is true for rotary. So if we click on Shift and we click on the rotate around Z arrow, we see that we can rotate to a predefined snap. And the same is true for plane as well. So we can snap along the plane. Now, not only can we move the robot with respect to the tool coordinate system, but there's a black center ball, an origin ball. When we click on that, it toggles now to our user frame. Therefore, I can move the robot now with respect to the user frame coordinate system. And we can toggle back and forth between the user frame and the tool coordinate system by clicking on the center ball. Now, not only can I interact with the robot, but I can also move the user frame of the part. Therefore, if I come and click on the part, now we see a triad here, a helper, that allows us to move the part. And now I can come and move the part in any orientation possible. Etc. This concludes our initial tutorial on graphic interaction. However, in subsequent videos, we are going to see what we can do with this graphical interaction to help us for defining reposes and doing workspace analysis and other things.